Deeper than DNA, more fundamental than molecules or quirks at our living core, we are wholeness transfiguring love. We often forget that power, becoming lonely or resentful, comparing ourselves to others, acting out of our fears, rather than are living our glory. Occasionally, we rouse from our trance to remember our wholeness. For a time, we embody unsentimental love. We make efforts to wake others and to remain fully present to ourselves. Our lives and our time here together are made sacred by our striving. For the next 70 minutes and for the rest of our lives, may we be more aware of the spirit of life evolving through and among us. May it be so.
Thank you, Reverend Espinoza. Please be seated. Welcome, everyone, to Alfred University's 189th year. I'm going to ask the members of the platform party to stand. Please hold your applause so that we can recognize them in unison. Mark Daines, our Vice President for Marketing and Communications. Amy DeKay, our Vice President for Student Experience. Dr. Beth Ann Doby, Provost and Chief Operating Officer. Reverend Dr. Roberto K. Espinoza, Pastor of the Union University Church. Dr. Beth Fox, Chief of Staff. Dr. Gabrielle Gausted, a 2004 alumna, Dean of our Inamori School of Engineering, and Vice President for Statutory Affairs. Dr. Juliana Gray, Professor of English and Director of our University Honors Program. Jonathan Kent, our Vice President for Enrollment Management. Artem Kolishenko, a member of our class of 2026 and our Student Senate President. Dr. Al Mancuso, two-time alum, Dean School of Art Graduate and Continuing Studies, as well as our AUNY program. Aaron Martinovich, Vice President for University Advancement. Tammy Rao, Vice President for Business and Finance. Dr. Pauline Stamp, Dean of our College of Business. Dr. Robert Stein, Dean of our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Lauren Lake, the Dean of our School of Art and Design. And Brian Sullivan, the Dean of our AU Libraries. Let's collectively give them a round of applause. And I'll introduce our keynote speaker in a little bit. So, Amy DeKay, our Vice President for Student Experience.
Good afternoon, students. It's a pleasure to welcome you all to Alfred University. As President Zupin just mentioned, my name is Amy DeKay, and I have the pleasure of serving as your Vice President for Student Experience here at Alfred. So much has happened over this past year to prep for your arrival. Today truly is an exciting day with well over 400 new students here. We have students from 30 different states and over 28 countries represented from all over the world, including such places as Ukraine, Australia, and Tanzania, amongst many others. Over 80 of you here today are art and design students. 33 students are business administration students. We have over 55 engineering students this year, 25 psychology students, 16 academic explorers, and so many other students majoring in many of our other majors. We also have over 200 new student athletes here at the university. The number of students is striking, but the diversity of our class is profound, which aligns with our core value of inclusivity. Here at Alfred, the faculty and staff understand that it's our job, it's our mission to help you realize your purpose during your time here. As part of this, we know ensuring you have a web of supporters, mentors, is extremely important. Those can be your coaches, your professors seated here in the front rows, staff, work supervisors, or people like me. So let's get your first contact for your web of support in your cell phones. Students, take out your phones. For real, you can get your phone out during the speech. I want you to open your texting. You're going to text my cell phone number with your first and last name, and maybe something like this. Hi, this is Isabel Willow Anderegg. Isabel is somewhere in here. Isabel, where are you? Oh, I see the hand. There you are. Isabel is an AU scholar, a psychology major from Pennsylvania. We also have someone by the name of Decca Elizabeth Volkek from East Aurora, not far from where I'm from Buffalo, New York. Where's Decca? I see a hand back there. Decca's a psychology major. And here's one for you. I was hoping he'd make it here today, but I hear he's arriving tomorrow. Many of you know that in the grassy area outside of the Powell Campus Center, between the Powell Campus Center and the admissions building where many of you visited to come here, is a King Alfred statue. So I want you to hunt out this new student when they arrive tomorrow. Their name is actually Alfred King. No joke, that's their name. Of course they had to pick Alfred University to come with the name of Alfred King. Hunt out Alfred King, get your picture in front of King Alfred that's in that grassy quad, and I want you to text me that picture of you and Alfred King together. Alfred King is majoring in biomaterials engineering. So you get the idea, you know your first assignment. But first, I'm gonna take a selfie. Because you're all gonna look up here, I'm gonna take the selfie, then I'm gonna give you my number, and when you text me that information I asked you, I'm gonna send the selfie back to you so you can send it to your family and friends so they can see you here at today's convocation. So here we go. Imagine I've been in higher ed for 30 years and I have close to 30 selfies with new students at Convocation. It'll make a great book when I finally retire. All right, so here's my phone number. Ready? 716-713-0535. 716-713-0535. So now all of you have my cell number. I trust you will use it wisely, and you'll call and text me when you need support or you have any question about Alfred. I'm serious, no question is too small to ask me. I'm here to help you. And like I said, for those that text me, I'll respond with the selfie photos so you all have a photo of yourselves here at the convocation to send to your families. See, no one here at Alfred, whether on this stage or seated in the front rows, is too big or too small to be a web of your supporters. All you need to do is to call on us regularly, and don't be afraid to ask for help. Please text or call me if you need anything. When I say no one is too big or small to be your web of supporters and a mentor, that includes our alumni. I want to invite all of you to participate in our Mentorship Day this September, which will be held on Friday, September 27th, and feature alumni from all different colleges and schools here who will be here to meet you, get to know you, network with you, and share their stories. They are eager to mentor our students to help you be successful during your time here and in all of your career pursuits during the time you're here and upon graduation. So please, watch for another email from me on Monday. I'm going to keep in mind reminding you about this important day and with how you can register for this exciting opportunity if you haven't already done so. Many of you have. And you'll also have an opportunity to earn your first career and self-development badge that you can put on your LinkedIn pages. And I know many of you will say, well, I don't have LinkedIn, but trust me, the faculty in the front of these rows will make sure very soon you have your first LinkedIn page and you can put that badge on it. So you have your first 2 assignments. You're gonna text me, which I've seen a whole bunch popping through, and some people are even calling me to see if I'm going to answer it. I'm not going to right now, but I will later. I'm gonna send you the selfie, and you're not gonna hesitate to reach out to me, no matter how small anything you might need is. And number 2, you're gonna register for our first ever mentorship day, which is Friday, September 27th. Students, welcome to Alfred. It's going to be an exciting year. Now, if you can please join me in welcoming Artem to the podium. Artem is your Student Senate President.
Hello, students. As was indicated earlier, my name is Artem Kolesnichenko, and I have the honor of serving as your Student Senate President. Today, as we gather here, we're standing at the start of an exciting journey, a journey that will be full of opportunities, challenges, and personal growth for all of us. Let me say that I am genuinely excited for each one of you. You've made an excellent choice by coming to Alfred, a place where your potential is not just recognized, but nurtured. My goal today is to motivate and inspire you to make the most of your time here and to encourage every one of you to seek out the extraordinary opportunities that Alfred has to offer. When I first arrived at Alfred, I was shy, introverted, and a bit overwhelmed. The idea of meeting new people or speaking in public terrified me. In fact, during one of my first days here, I found myself in a small group of about 10 other students who were supposed to introduce ourselves and share a fun fact. When it was my turn, instead of saying anything, I simply said, I have something important to do, and I just silently left after this. Looking back, I think I just went back to my room and I took a nap. I did it because I was completely out of my comfort zone and I was terrified. Not just talking to strangers, but of talking about myself. Those early days were tough. I felt awkward, out of place, and yes, I felt a little lonely. And maybe some of you are feeling the same way right now. Well, let me assure you, those feelings are normal and they do not last forever. Over the past 2 years, I've changed a lot. Not because someone told me to, but because Alfred gave me the tools, the support, and the opportunities to grow. I learned that this campus is a playground for ideas, a laboratory for experimentations, and a community that genuinely cares about your success during your time here, and more importantly, after you graduate. One of the most important lessons I've learned here is that growth happens when you step outside of your comfort zone, whether it's joining a club, volunteering for a cause, or simply introducing yourself to the person sitting next to you. Every small step forward is a step toward becoming the person you're meant to be. There is a phrase you'll hear very often at Alfred: there are no dumb questions. At first, I found that hard to believe. I thought my questions might sound silly or that I might embarrass myself. But here's the truth. Asking questions is how we learn. And at Alfred, learning is a collaborative process. So don't hold back. Be curious, be inquisitive, and don't be afraid to seek out the answers you need from whoever you need to get them from. Even if you think your questions are a bit out of there, chances are someone else is wondering the same thing. Additionally, the only way to learn how to ask the best questions is by starting and practicing with the silly ones. But beyond just asking questions, I urge you to seek out the unknown, try new things, join a club you know nothing about, take a class that challenges your perspective, or even start your own project or organization. The beauty of Alfred is that there are no limits to what you can do here. The only limits are the ones you set for yourself, and there should be none. When I was in your shoes, sitting in this exact room 2 years ago, I could never imagine that I would be standing here today, not as an audience, but as a speaker, giving a speech as the Student Senate President. But Alfred has a way of bringing out the best in you, of helping you to discover the strength you never knew you had. So my challenge to you is this: make your time here count. Get involved, connect with others, and push yourself to grow. You'll find that Alfred is more than just a place to earn a degree. It is a community where you can find your voice, your passions, and your purpose. As you begin this new chapter, remember, you are not alone. There are countless resources and people who want to see you succeed. And as your Student Senate President, I'm here for you too, whether you need advice, support, or just someone to talk to. In closing, welcome to Alfred University. This is your time to explore, to learn, and to create memories that will last you a lifetime. I cannot wait to see all the amazing things you will all accomplish. Thank you, and once again, welcome to the Alfred University family.
Thank you, Artem, for your inspiring message and your leadership. It's now my great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, a member of our class of 1993, a BFA graduate, and a new member of our Board of Trustees, just joined on July 1st. Chad Latz, when he first came here, was in love with the arts and conveyed that love to his father. And his father said, when Chad said, "I want to pursue a BFA, the hell you are." Worried about what may happen in the future, what would be the opportunities. Chad graduated from here, and as you can see in the program, he's one of the leaders globally in the PR, communications, artificial intelligence field. He's presently the president of Global Digital Innovation for the BCW Group, formerly Wolf & Cone. He's been with them since 2009. Before then, he was with Ketchum Public Relations for a decade-long stint. He's regularly called upon as a keynote speaker around the world, mentioned on Who's Who lists. He regularly comes back to mentor our students, and on one of those occasions, when he was recounting the story about the conversation with his father, we asked him, "Well, is your dad still alive?" His dad, he said, "Yeah, still is alive in Florida, now 83 years old." And we play back the conversation all the time. And his words are basically the same, but the intonation has changed. Hell yes, you're going to study art and design at Alfred University. He's joining our university board, particularly because he wants to help us enhance our three core strengths. He's firmly committed to inclusivity. He wants to enhance our bridges, in particular with the School of Art and Design and our College of Business, given where his career has taken him. And he's firmly committed to mentorship. Last September, he brought back 110 plus of his fellow BFA alums to recognize a particular BFA faculty member, Joseph Shearer, who made an influential impact on all of them. And at the same time, took the opportunity to mentor our current BFA students. So without further ado, Chad Latz.
Thank you, President Zupan. What a really kind introduction. It is such an incredible honor to be here before you today. I think back 35 years, we're also all sort of taking a little bit of a trip down memory lane, 35 years sitting in your seats. And suffice it to say, it was a very different time then than it is now. But likely we're experiencing a lot of the same emotions, same feelings that I had all those years ago. The world is full of noise and distraction. It's full of unprecedented challenges, and nearly all facets of society today are experiencing some kind of disruption. Many of our institutions are under intense scrutiny. We live in a world where cognitive tasks are now delivered in some instances better by artificial intelligence than by human capability, and where technologies designed to bring us closer together are oftentimes driving us further apart. This is a world that demands our attention, our intention, our intellect, and our compassion now more than ever. Here at Alfred University, you will be afforded a sanctuary filled with intellectual and creative opportunities, the sanctity of a community unlike any other. You play an important role in this community. As an art student beginning my journey at Alfred more than 3 decades ago, nothing would have led me to envision exactly what I would be doing today, helping lead the largest communications agency in the world, creating strategies for the world's most famous brands. The internet was barely an idea, and social media had not yet been invented. But everything that I experienced here at Alfred prepared me for where I am today, and for what I've become, and for what I'm doing now. I owe much of this to the endless generosity and the patience of our dedicated staff and faculty. The world outside these walls is both exhilarating and daunting. Alfred will nurture your greatest qualities and elicit boundless potential that you never knew you had. Sometimes, in the moment, but always with hindsight, will you realize your days here and that opportunities like these are the most precious ones. Not because they flow with ease, but because they set before you a chance to do things you might not have done before, or things that you didn't even know were possible. We find ourselves in a world marked by rapid change. For all of the vastness of human history and knowledge, consider that 90% of the world's data was generated in the last 2 years alone. We often wake to a world that is different than when we went to bed, and we know less today than we did in the day prior. Transformation and innovation are the hallmarks of what propels progress, and your abilities to analyze complex issues, to generate innovative solutions, and to communicate effectively are all powerful tools for creating and traversing this change. But with all the change in the world, I might suggest that one of the greatest skills that you can develop is adaptability. So as you prepare for your future at Alfred, approach the world with curiosity. Curiosity unlocks learning, it disarms adversaries, it's the antidote to small thinking and isolationism. It creates community, and it sets you on a path to discover the delightfully unexpected. You may not always know where you're headed, that's for sure, but you'll always know the path you've chosen. Value and solicit the input and observations of others while remembering it's often your own unique vision that will motivate you to shape the future. Finally, as you begin this academic year, seize every opportunity set before you. Create opportunities for yourself, but for each other. Place a premium on curiosity, exploration, and human interaction. Learn voraciously, afford each other grace and generosity, and know that integrity is reflected through dedication to your relationships, your academics, your creative achievements, and hard work. May your journey be filled with discovery and growth. Welcome to Alfred University. Thank you.
Thank you, Chad, for those thoughtful and encouraging remarks. Would next like to welcome Artem back up to the podium for the student charter.
Now, students, please repeat after me. We now pledge our commitment to our education and to the values of the Alfred University community. By reciting the student charter. Now please turn the page in the Convocation program to the page 4 and repeat after me. We, the new student of Alfred University, welcome the challenges that lie before us. We enter this academic community knowing that our education will be enhanced by our experiences. both within our and outside the classroom. And that our presence and active membership are valued by the university. In keeping with the Alfred University Code of Honor, we will maintain an academic and social environment which is distinguished by honesty, integrity, understanding, and respect. Every student is expected to uphold these ideals and confront any student who does not. Keeping these ideals in mind, we, the students, aspire to live, interact, and learn from one another in ways that ensure both personal freedom and community standards. We stand ready to accept the opportunities of learning as set forth by the President, Provost, Deans, faculty, and administration of the university. Thank you.
Thank you, Artem, and welcome new students to Alfred University. As our university begins its 189th year, and as you, our new students, embark on your Alfred educational journey, please keep in mind a saying from my friend and Emeritus University President Leo Lambert. You have arrived at a great banquet, so don't make yourself a bologna sandwich. Let me explain. Our university's mission is to help you realize your purpose. A life of purpose is personally meaningful, even joyful, and improves your well-being as well as the well-being of others in some appreciable way. When you realize your purpose, you'll know it. Research shows that people who say their life has purpose are healthier, live longer, are more resilient, have greater work satisfaction, and have stronger families. There's a giver's gain that accrues to those whose actions make the world a better place for others. When it comes to designing a life of purpose, our university will make 3 significant investments to support your journey. These 3 investments are in inclusivity, intersections, and mentorship. Let me elaborate on each of these 3. First is inclusivity. Here at Alfred, we take pride in having been inclusive since our founding in 1836. We were the first higher education institution in the country to make our curriculum fully welcoming to women. While another college admitted women shortly before us, those women were restricted in their choice of major and were not allowed to speak in class. Alfred was the first to welcome women fully as real students who could speak for themselves. Alfred also was one of the first higher ed institutions in the country to admit African Americans and Native American students in the 19th century. In the early 1970s, our faculty, staff, and students played a pivotal role in our village, adopting anti-discrimination policies for LGBTQ students, thereby becoming one of the first 10 municipalities to do so in the United States, and the first municipality in a rural location in the country. And we have not wavered. The numbers that Amy Decay shared earlier in her welcoming remarks about the diversity of backgrounds and aspirations of you, our new students, attest to our enduring commitment to inclusivity. We have every continent also represented, with the exception of Antarctica. So we've asked Jonathan Kent and his enrollment management team to ramp up our recruiting at the McMurdo station going forward. Inclusivity means that you belong and that you matter. Your voice matters. as does the voice of the person that's sitting next to you on your right and to your left. So we will encourage you to invest in developing 2 power skills: speaking respectfully so that others understand you, and listening so as to understand others and thereby be able to more effectively work with them. You are here at Alfred because we want you here. You are not some accident of admissions. We learned about you, we saw you, and we knew you could find a home here. We want each and every one of you to feel you belong and are fully invested in the life of our great university, both feet in. So our first investment is inclusivity. The second is intersections. One of Alfred's quirkier claims to fame is that the Washington Post recently named us America's collegiate town. Why? Because when school's in session, 82% of our village's residents are college students. We're the only place we know of in the country that has more higher ed institutions, too, than intersections with traffic lights, 1. We just celebrated the traffic lights' 50th golden anniversary in June. But while we may have only 1 street intersection with a traffic light, the intersections you can avail yourselves of at Alfred University are plentiful and potent. We offer an astounding number of possible academic pathways, which allow you to explore majors, dual majors, minors, and even dual degrees across our academic units, including a 4+1 option that allows you to enroll for a 5th year and earn an MBA from our College of Business. Alfred University affords intersections with applied learning, where you can engage in research projects using sophisticated equipment, often not available until graduate study at most other places. You can engage in the arts using studio facilities that rank us nationally as a top art and design school. While these experiences have intrinsic value, our faculty and staff stand ready to help you consider how they and other experiences, such as service-based learning, study abroad, and internships co-ops, will position you for professional success after college. There are intersections with the beautiful outdoors, such as kayaking and canoeing for free at Foster Lake, gazing at the planets and stars at the John Stoll Astronomy Observatory, and checking out our Maris Cuneo Equine Park, where you can take horseback riding classes for credit. And with more than 80 student clubs, you can find people who share your extracurricular interests. We encourage you to take full advantage of all the different pathways available to you here. Even ones, like Artem and Chad mentioned, may seem a bit beyond your present comfort zone. So that's intersections. Our third investment in you is toward mentorship. Alfred is a small but mighty university, and our superpower is a community of very smart, collaborative, and helpful people, and that includes you. I encourage you to seek out connections. All of our previous speakers today mentioned that, on your quest to find your purpose. This includes, like Amy DeKay said, our inaugural Mentorship Day, which will take place on Friday, September 27th. Mark your calendars. Ultimately, as the saying goes, the CEO of you is you. But your ability to realize your purpose will be profoundly enhanced by the board of advisors that you create along the way. Faculty office hours are not just for asking for help when you have a problem. Faculty set aside that time because they want to get to know you. Academic advisors, career coaches, librarians, athletic coaches, every single person here is all in for Alfred and for you, our students. Take the initiative. Ask them to get together over coffee, attend office hours, sit in one of our Adirondack chairs and enjoy looking at autumn leaves coming up in the next few months while learning more about them. Rely on them as a sounding board when you seek to resolve the challenges that you will inevitably encounter. So these are our three investments in you: inclusivity, intersections, and mentorship. Embrace them now before you leave this room, both in terms of what you can expect to receive and also what you will offer to our Alfred community. In the near future, I'll send you a link to a free electronic version of the book, Connections Are Everything, a college student's guide to relationship-rich education, co-written by my friend Leo Lambert. This book is a terrific manual for how to fully enjoy the banquet that Alfred University offers. Read it when you can, at least the first 2 chapters. After you do, shoot me an email, zupan@alfred.edu, and let's get together to discuss it over a cup of coffee. So as my remarks began, don't make yourself a bologna sandwich. Instead, benefit from the banquet before you at Alfred University. Realize your purpose through our promise to you of building sense of belonging through our commitment to inclusivity. Realize your purpose through the richness of our university's intersections, our manifold pathways that will engage your curiosity. And crucially, realize your purpose through challenging yourself to consider things you might not have otherwise considered, just like all the previous speakers encouraged you to do so. Things you will learn about through connections with our people and through the mentorship that will grow through these connections. To you, our newest students, I say welcome to Alfred University. Welcome to the banquet. I'd like to introduce Izzy Rabiner to lead us in the alma mater, and the alma mater is in the program.
Nestled away in the Empire State Hills, in the watch care of sentinel pines, with a murmuring song of the comes along, and the favoring sun ever shines. In a valley so fair where the forest trees share dominion o'er hillside and glen, stands the pioneer college of Western New York. Alfred, hail me again. Hail to thee, Alfred, thou guide of our youth, sweet benign mother, all hail. Sing of thy anthems of duty and truth. May the clear vein visit near and fair.
Well done, Izzy. For our benediction, I would like to once again welcome Reverend Espinoza to the lectern.
As we end our time together, let it remind us, love is the center. As we explore and rest, engage and heal, love remains the center. When all we can see are the cold ashes, love remains. May it be so.
All right, students. So Alfred University certainly provides an experience outside of ordinary. From this welcome weekend, including this convocation, throughout your time here, We hope you find your experience outside of ordinary. AU, put your hands together. Please welcome Alfred's mascot, Little Elf.